Um, Valgalen looks pretty sick. Book club.
Heading to book club. Are
Yep.
you?
Meet you there.
After you. Looks like we're all here. Grab a seat and let's get started.
I am ready.
The Art of War is one of my favorite books, if not my favorite. Did anyone guess why?
Because it's not just about fighting, it's about how to conduct yourself when in conflict with others.
Carol gets it. For quite a while, all my interactions with people involve some form of conflict.
Interesting.
This book laid things out for me. Helped me understand you don't always smash yourself against a problem face first. You must understand your enemy before you can hope to defeat them. Hunter, you get this more than most. You understood Lilith, which led you to discover her weakness. With that came her defeat.
That is what Nico and the others are trying to figure out.
That goth knight thing?
Emo kids, actually.
Whatever. Nico's magic nerd knight. My point here, until we know what game Lilith is playing, there's no way we can break the rules. That's the only way we win.
So the favorite book of a half-vampire was written by Master's son.
I'm the Daywalker. Of course it is.
Carol, what stood out for you?
The chapter about flexibility in warfare. Yes, it presented distinct situations, but at its core, it promoted a philosophy of adaptability. This is a subtle but key difference from the Kree war manuals I know. Those manuals lay out how to overcome every possible contingency. Because Kree commanders always expect an answer, exceptions can flummox the ones who let the rules think for them.
I have not met a Kree commander, but humans are just as capable of rigid thinking.
Oh, of course. I think that's what the text is working against. The art of war encourages fluidity of thought. The variations presented in the chapter on flexibility are examples, not rote technique.
And that's how wars are lost.
So I've been dying to know, what is Captain America's favorite part of this book?
After this read, everything he had to say about deception and warfare.
Ooh, explain.
Wait, what used to be your favorite?
Discussions of leadership. There's a lot of good stuff in there. I've long since internalized all that worked for me and examined what didn't. But convincing your enemy that your greatest weakness is your most powerful strength.
Or the opposite, that your strength is a vulnerability?
Exactly. It struck me, especially regarding our conflict with Lilith. So, what's our greatest strength?
Lilith has no allies, just thralls. She is alone in this fight, but we are united.
Are we? The greatest scientific mind I've known, sorry Tony, just defected to her side. What's to stop any of us from doing the same? I don't have an answer to the question I asked, but I plan to do what the art of war suggests. Learn her weakness. Adapt as the conflict evolves. Keep Lilith guessing. And above all, think.
And that'll do it.
Great. So what's our next book?
I told Carol she could pick the next one.
I decided on volume 32 of the Kavat Toth.
The what now?
It's a cross between a legal text, a spaceborne invasion defense manual, and one of those sagas that Thor seems to love.
Okay then.
I promise it's not a heavy read. I thought it would be a good companion to the art of war.
See you all next time. That went better than expected.
I'm looking forward to reading Carol's book.
Same here. Feels like book club is pointing out an edge we've always had, but never knew to sharpen. That's all for now. You taking off or hanging out?
In a bit.
All right. Is that your way of getting my attention?
I'm nervous about my book. I don't know how much of it will translate. Not the language, the ideas.
If it teaches me how to swear in Cree, I am in.
You don't need a book for that. Just hang around the war room when I'm running maintenance checks on Central. I think you'll like my choice. Give it a shot. That's all I ask.
I didn't know what I was getting into when I signed up, but I'm glad we have book club.
It was good to see the conclusions we each drew from the book.
That's why I think we need to do this. A team that understands its disparate parts works better in concert. But don't quote me. Sun Tzu said it better.
Who's a good girl? It is my Charlie girl.
On your way out?
Yes, I am done.
Good meeting.
Okay, that's the Sun Tzu one. Where's the Kree one? We come back tomorrow and that Kree one will be there. Yeah, that's what I reckon.
Hey,
Hey there.
Come along, Charlie. What is it, Charlie? Find something?
I wanted to talk to you about book club.
Oh? Having a good time?
I'm having a great time. Always good to flex the old brain muscles. I need your advice, though.
What kind of advice?
It's about Blade. I get the feeling that all of book club is just his roundabout way of getting to be friends with me. I mean, I'm touched. He seems like a good guy, but shy. So how do I tell him I'm totally cool with being best pals without scaring him off? Got any thoughts?
If you want to be friends with Blade, just tell him.
You really think I should just lay it out there?
You guys can fight hordes of bloodthirsty killers and not bat an eye. But you want to tell another human being that you enjoy their company and you forget how to speak.
Different skill sets, Hunter. But I'm always looking to improve, so thanks. I'm up to the challenge.
I wish I could be more helpful.
Please, you've been more than helpful just listening to me. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go catch up with my reading. I'm a couple of chapters behind.
I can.
If I can.
Watch it. No spoilers. I gotta say, I'm loving our current book.
Starting to feel like we're really coming together as a team.
What's happening, Hunter?
Put up blank, blank. So it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There's at least 13 more characters, it looks like, that I need to unlock. Which is cool, you know? So we need some artifacts. That's what we need.
Hey.
For all I hear, you're excelling in the art. Your physical gifts are prodigious, but you mustn't forget your mystical training. There are 3 recipes at Agatha's Cauldron.
Thanks, Hunter.
Okay.
Ah, Hunter. Have you noticed any ramps around here? Maybe a ramp-like slab of mostly level stone, kind of at an angle?
For what?
I want to jump the hell ride over the Abbey.
Even if you do not hit the Abbey, you could overshoot and fall into the ocean.
Come on, Hunter. I'm a better driver than that. And the hell ride isn't a normal car. Huh. I'm going about this all wrong. You think Kara will get involved?
Maybe.
If anyone can chuck a car over the Abbey, it's her.
Hello, my sweet lady.
Okay.
Charlie, heal.
second.
Okay,
So,
and start. Boom.
you're welcome, Hunter. St. Tony's Forge of Mystery, we never close. Initiating start. What can I say except you're welcome? What can we work on for you, Hunter? I'm here if you need me. What's up, Sunshine?
Well, all the pains in my room keep floating around. Anything I can do. Trying to read and all that probably makes it hard to concentrate. Again, it shows how Seraphimean incantations are good for nothing. Perhaps Farlahian would yield more permanent results. Whatever you say, can you make it stop? Can you bear it for a while longer? My presence is regarded in the forge for a particularly sensitive refinement. No sweat, I'll cover them with sheets or something. Someone else from the speaker crew help her out, preferably before Carol angers the possessed paintings. Too late, they're agitated. I'll be in the room until this gets resolved. How curious when I write the paintings will be calmed and in their proper place. You can thank me later, Liliana. Laugh a little, Liliana. She is a legend.
Underneath my mask.
Bye.
Which one is the one that we want to do next? Look at blueprints and tower cache. I mean, that one. That one, so what is that? The blue one. Blade, isn't it?
I'm almost getting used to seeing you on your feet again.
What's the latest intel? Central will crack the code. Want to read something that'll make you... These are the current priorities. If I had time, I'd take care of these myself. But I have been accused of hogging the ball before.
I'll make it my highest priority.
Thank you, guys.
Oh, hey, Hunter.
Totem.
Lovely, dear. You're a natural.
Heavy snow fell as we crossed into New England from the upper reaches of New York. Within hours, the trail of the creature had vanished, and we found ourselves off course, headed along an unmapped mountain path. It was early in the day. The region was thick with fog. Lead and Hannibal King scouted ahead toward the source of a strange sound coming from around the bend directly ahead. I can only describe it as a low moan, like a wounded animal carried along in the wind. I moved to an advantageous position, taking aim with Linda and prepared for the Lilin ambush. Kavat, Toth, Volume 32, by the First Lawgiver. Order and Orbit, the Harvest and the Bloom. Excerpt. Field is vast, wide open with possibility, fraught with responsibility, overwhelming with fragility, bound to a few. Without labour, outcome is chance. With labour, outcome is assured. Labour is essential to outcome. Without the tilling, the crops will not grow. Without the force of will, the wilds will overtake the field. Chaos overtakes the order. Order must be imposed for the crops to take root. There is no question it must be done. There is an orbit to labour. It proceeds in one direction and must not be reversed, as that is against the nature of things. The orbit is invisible, as all orbits are. The orbit is also plain to see, as all orbits are. Follow the orbit. The path of the orbit proceeds this way. Till the field, sow the seed, pull the weed, reap the crop. This is the orbit of the bloom, the wall and the tower, the passing of days. Excerpt. The walls contain, but do not constrain. The walls define, but are not definitive. Walls can be redefined, do not forget. Atop the wall rests the tower. The tower overlooks the harvest, must always be seen. The tower also defines the orbit. The tower looks backward and forward towards the bloom, toward the harvest. It is empty and it is full. Both have value, though the value changes as the orbit proceeds. A tower may grow as stale as a crop, as to renew it. An empty tower may falter if left empty too long. A full tower may rot if left stagnant. Always mark the days. The days chart the path of the orbit. They may not be rushed. They proceed without permission. To lose the days risks losing the orbit, and without the orbit, labour is nothing. As all proceeds, all will succeed. Okay, so yeah.
I thought I had sensed a great power. I was never much for dancing, if that's what you're after.
Boom. Boom. Daily sparring. Here we go with
Like playing with fire.
boom.
If you can beat Carol in a straight fight, practice makes perfect.
New and improved.
thing.